Today, we are going to talk about the 3 ways to generate more revenue for your business and for your company. Now, business, sometimes people make it way too complicated than it needs to be. It's actually quite simple. There are actually only 3 ways for you to grow a business, to grow a company. So if you are struggling with your sales, you're struggling with cash flow, I would recommend you look at one of these 3 ways and see what you need to work on. Way number 1, and that is getting more customers. How do I get more people in the door, right? You want to get more customers. We all want more customers so we can generate more revenue. Now, it depends on your business type. You might have a 2-step process, meaning you may not get a customer directly. It may not be a direct sales scenario. It could be a 2-step process where you actually generate a lead. Maybe you generate a lead online and then you convert that lead into a sale, right? It's a 2-step process. So you have the lead generation process and then you have the conversion process. It doesn't matter. The bottom line is that's what you focus on. That's what most entrepreneurs focus on. How do I get more customers? The challenge is if you have been in business for any length of time, that the biggest payoff, sometimes the highest paid leverage points that you have within your business may not be getting more customers because it costs a lot of money to acquire customers nowadays, right? When you're running traffic, when you're doing any kind of advertising, it costs a lot of money to acquire that first initial customer. If you are a startup, yes, then focus on getting customers because you need customers to survive. But if you have been in business for a while, then I want you to consider some of the other ways to increase your revenue, to grow your business. And idea number 2, and way number 2, and that is getting your customers to come back more often, or the frequency of purchase. We talk about increasing the frequency of purchase. Now, this is a very big deal because getting customers are very, very costly, right? The cost of acquiring a new customer. But if you have customers who are already buying from you, they know you, they like you, they trust you, they have done business with you. Very often I find that this is the part that most entrepreneurs neglect, right? They spend all the time, it could be 80-90% of the time, just focusing on, let's get more customers, let's get more customers. That's where the revenue comes in, instead of nurturing the relationships that they already have. Let me give you a perfect example. Let's say if you run a retail business, and you are some kind of service provider, maybe a massage therapist, right? Maybe an acupuncture, maybe you run a salon, it doesn't matter, right? And you have people coming to you, let's say once a month. Okay, once a month, they would visit your store, they would visit your shop, and a transaction would take place, right? You provide your service, you'll get paid, and that's 12 times a year, once a month. Now, I want you to think about this. Let's say you finish the service, let's say you finish doing their hair, and before they pay, you ask them to book the next appointment. And you encourage them, instead of coming back every 4 weeks, you say, why don't you come back 3 weeks? Every 3 weeks. Now 17 times they will come back to your business. So instead of 12 times a year, now they're coming back to your business 17 times a year. That's 5 times more. Imagine what that does to your revenue. And it didn't cost you anything extra. All you need to do is ask and suggest. So what are some of the things that you can do to get your customers to come back to your business, to visit your business, to buy from you more often? Idea number 3, way number 3, and that is getting your customers to spend more money with you each time they do business with you, each time they visit you, or what we call increasing the transaction size. Now, this is very simple. Let's go back to maybe the retail example. Let's say each time your customer visits you, they spend $100 with you, hypothetically, right? $100, and that's cool, but if each time they come back and you do some kind of upsell, and you get them to spend a little bit more, an extra 10 or 20%. Instead of spending $100 each time, they spend $110, $120. It may not seem like a big deal, but when you take that out 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, in a given year, that's a huge amount of profits. That's additional profits and revenue for your company without a lot of extra work, right? A perfect example would be McDonald's. Whoever came up with the idea of, hey, would you like to supersize that? That one little line, right? Imagine you're buying a meal, going to McDonald's, would you like to supersize that? You're like, whatever, okay, sure, right? For just a couple extra bucks, supersize the drink and supersize the fries. A couple dollars extra in profit and revenue, right? And then from there, you take that every single day, you take that 365 days, now you take it to all the locations. That is worth tens of millions of dollars, if not hundreds of millions of dollars to the bottom line. Just think about that. Don't just focus on getting more customers. We all need more customers, but how do you get more value, right? How can you sell the existing customers more, be able to deliver more value to them? So the 3 ways to grow your company, the 3 ways to generate more revenue, very simple. Getting more customers, come back more often, spend more money with you. If you focus on that, what can I do today? What can I do this week? What can I do this month to get more customers, to come back more often and spend more money with us? That's my question that I want to leave you with. Something to think about.